Mic test. Testing the mic. Sounds good. Take off this headset. Do this. Yes. All right, where's that button? Let's press on this button right here and transition on in to the thingamabob. Is it working? It's working. Looks like it's working. Turn on a light. I'm so very on the edge of being ready for this. Well, howdy, y'all. And welcome back to another live stream here at Country Fried Minis here in the Bullshit Corner. We're doing another paint stream tonight. This one's a little bit impromptu. I was convinced to start a stream because I've been neglecting the streams, and all it took was the weight of one person in the community to be like, "You streaming?" And I'm streaming. All right. Yeah. Well, welcome. If you're old guard or new, this here is the Bullshit Corner 2.0. Same place I film. Also where we get the painting done. And I'm here tonight to get some more work in to pivot up and deliver disappointment to the community once again. Titania is coming. But here's the caveat. Here's the pivot. We just hit 1,000 subs, y'all. We just hit 1,000 subs. It's real. I now have the option to drop ads on y'all at any time, though I'm kind of in the boat of not doing that at this moment. I think the ads are a little much, and I really don't like seeing the ads myself when I'm looking at videos at night. I find them really annoying. So I thought we'd jump in today and try to get a little more work done on this here Dragon Lady again, because she is for a collaborative effort with another YouTuber, and I would rather get that done than do my self-indulgent Titania video and neglect this this project that I've discussed with another creator. I'd rather get that cross-pollination out and get that done. So that's going to take priority. Priority 1, Dragon Summoner Lady. Excuse me. From there, I have discussed at length with our fabulous Discord community about 1,000 subs spectacular. And I think that video needs to take priority over Titania even. Now, I've been working hard on Titania. There will be more workflow streams. She's basically done. And it's coming. But I think it needs to be pivoted in favor of getting this other work done. So that's what we're going to do. Also, let me take a moment and welcome everybody to chat. Howdy, Jason. Howdy. Another Nate. Good to see y'all this evening. I actually saw y'all gents hanging out in the Discord and was about to join when I saw a singular ask if I was going to stream. So I figured, yeah, because I need to get this model done. I'm already a week behind. And let's get to it. Let's get her painted up. Let's see if we can save this chalky feel to the skin with some washing. Get a little more work on our orange dragon and the yellow boy. And get this model done and photographed so we can get out the New Year, New Dragon project. Just entirely lost my train of thought in this rambling. I was saying something, words. It's gone now. So yeah, we're back here in the corner. Back here in the Bullshit Corner 2.0. A little bit of painting tonight. We can always hang after the important lady football. Yeah, exactly. I actually kind of ruined my sleep schedule that I just recovered from. I just had recovered my sleep schedule and had a late night hanging out with some folks on the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, you should check out the link down below. Join up. We hang out. We have a good time. We discuss all kinds of stuff. I was just in a discussion getting through a batch haul for an upcoming Battletech event. We hang out, play video games, do fun stuff. But anyhow, at the conclusion of a late session hanging out in the Discord voice chat late last night, I laid down in bed and saw that Peganeko was streaming and joined that stream and sat through the whole thing. So completely wrecked my sleep schedule. But that's fine. Anyhow, we're here. More work tonight. Got my tripod, got my camera. Inhaled some saliva. You know, all those good things to get started. But are my nails clean enough to work? All right. I think they are. I have also been doing a little research into this Logitech Brio situation with the blurriness. Evidently, this is a pretty common issue with this camera. So, despite my deep research about it, it appears there are some issues to work through, which may be resolved when we get the USB 3.0 hookup. But the solution I came across, and I'm hoping it's looking a little better tonight, was to just crank the hell out of the sharpness settings. And it seems to be okay. It seems to be a little clearer than before. It's wild. I think this camera actually wants to be like hella close to stuff to focus is part of what the problem is. So I think what we'll do is just maybe get closer to the camera every now and then so you can see what's going on. Nathan says, wrecked by the Aussie's law. I had trouble falling asleep and I noticed you guys were on extra late. Yeah, it was crazy. But we had a good time. We hung out with another subscriber from, I want to say Norway? I'm pretty sure he was from Norway. Not to harshly dox people, but I think it's pretty incredible that this here community has people from all over the globe. It's kind of mind-blowing, and I know it's not good for my sleep, trying to like be a normal adjusted member of society, but like as a night owl, it's kind of damn cool to know that the internet makes possible hanging out with folks from the other side of the planet where it's daylight and they're having reasonable hours. Norway's great. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It was a really, really fun hang, actually. So, to those of y'all out there who are not a member of the Discord community already, check it out. There's a link in the description down below. And Nightbot spams it in the chat every now and then, so there'll be a link somewhere. Without further ado, let's think about what's the next step on this here lady. I think I recall seeing, the back of her hair is missing a little bit of color. So let's start out by correcting that. A little more of this Wild Rider red. Let's clean that up. But I'm thinking the next step on the agenda of painting this gal is going to be maybe picking out the blue on her outfit. I think that's the next like filmable section. Okay. So let's get into it. Start slapping some color down. See if I can't find an angle and find an angle that y'all can both see and I can work with. And it looks like this is Wild Rider red. I think it is. I'm like 80% sure we went with the Wild Rider red. I think y'all can maybe see I missed a few spots like on the underside here. We got some weak coverage. A little bit of weak coverage towards the top of the hair. I mean, it's trying to focus. Okay. That'll let us get started proper. Hey, Nightbot's already at it with a factoid for y'all. Claiming that the United States Department of Agriculture says the official definition of a sandwich is, quote unquote, at least 35% cooked meat and no more than 50% bread. So, that means a Veggie Delight from Subway is legally not a sandwich. I don't like this. That's exclusionary. I've been excluded from all sandwiches. I can't eat a sandwich because I don't eat meat. And legally, a sandwich has to have meat. Let's just get this fucking hair out of the way. I keep seeing it in the camera there, and it's driving me bonkers. What about smoked meat, Nightbot? Smoked meat? I think I just heard a siren in that music through here and not out there. It just put me in a weird state of confusion. Okay. Anyhow, let's get to it. I'm going to get out the tripod, straddle this three-legged apparatus, crank it up a bit, and we're going to get back out our golden phthalo blue. This here thingamabob, and see if that goes smoothly. All right, let's pick out our camera app and switch over to Pro Video, and maybe I think I'm going to try to switch the field of view here a little bit. Might work a little better. How about that 78%? Yeah, I think that 78% might be the way to go. Yeah, there it is again. I know I'm not insane. Okay. Let's see. Now, where am I gonna be while painting? That's the real question here. I'm trying to work both these cameras simultaneously. All right. I think that'll work. If I can just stick to this area. That looks fairly clear to me. Looks decent. There's one inside. Okay. All right. I'm not going crazy. Of course, one cannot go crazy if they're already crazy. All right. I'm struggling to find a spot tonight for this camera. I think we might do a little bit of a off-kilter angle. All right, here we go. So, as with any scene, we're going to start by showing our phthalo blue or our paint at the time to the camera. That looks fairly clear. I'm happy. It does look like the sharpness, whatever it didn't compensate for in focus did compensate in clarity. We're going to start with a few drops of water because this phthalo blue is really, really thick. Get it good and mixed down. I should have done medium. I should have done medium instead of water. Or medium and water. I wonder if it's still okay to put a little more medium. No, I think it's too thin. I think it's too thin to add the medium. Or you know what? Maybe not. Let's try it. Let's get a little bit of the Liquitex matte medium. Put a drop in that there blue paint. Because if I recall correctly, this paint had some really intense pigmentation anyways. I have ripped another hole in my parchment here. Okay. All right, we got a little bit of blue. Now, what color do we want to push these highlights up with? I think we'll start out just by maybe cleaning up the coverage a bit. I see a few spots that are kind of weak. Like the tips of her breasts and like down here next to the dragon's leg. There, oh, it don't want to focus, y'all. It's sad. I will work out this focusing issue. We'll make it happen. It's a little disappointing, honestly, because what I really need from a webcam is basically the same camera functionality that my phone offers. A better, sharper autofocus, and the sensor is fine on them. Okay. So, start out by cleaning up the blue. There's also like a buckle in the middle that I think will get some gold when we're done with it. And this is one of those moments while painting, like, so I'm working on a color. I have a clear-cut goal as to what I'm getting done. And it buys me a little bit of time to sit here and think about the next color that's going on it. And I'm kind of thinking we could add in either a green or this turquoise. Here, I'll show them both to the camera. Let's go with either. Y'all can decide for me if you would like while I'm painting. We've got this here, something green, foul green, or we've got this turquoise. So I think one of those would make for a nice highlight color for it. Still got a little time to decide, because I got to clean up a few spots, a few problem spots. I don't know if y'all can really see it here. Here, I'm going to pause this recording, actually. See if I can't show this problem to y'all. So, we have a spot right. Come on, Meow. I need you to focus. There it goes. So, right in there next to the leg, right in here. Still don't want to focus. There we go. So right in here, it needs a little bit of blue button up to the thigh there. And I think that's what we're going for. Try and clean that up some. Again, I apologize about the autofocus. I'm working on it currently and trying to improve it. I think upgrading the system will help, which is on the it's planned. It's planned for very soon. As soon as I get the card to add the USB 3.0 slots, I should be able to get a little finer control, a little better video quality. But for now, we boosted up the contrast, the sharpness is what it was. We boosted the hell out of the sharpness through the Logitech something. It's like Logiview software, and that seems to be a fix, at least partially. So I'm going to do what I can to work around that and make sure y'all have a nice clear image tonight, as clear as I can make it. I am a touch disappointed that this big exciting upgrade just led to a little bit more issues. But you know, that's expected. It's just growing pains, y'all. Can definitely tell you got that sharpness cranked. Yeah, is it is it bad? Is it blowed out? You know, I think it might actually even add to the aesthetic of the paint thing. Because like you turn the sharpness down and it's I don't know, a little fuzzy. I think it'll be better once we add the USB 3.0 because it'll bump the resolution of this to 4K instead of 1080p. And I think that's going to be a big change, honestly. I also want to take a moment to give a thanks to chat and point out that I see that we have 9 concurrents, and it's mind blowing that y'all will show up for these and check out the stream here in the Bullshit Corner on an impromptu stream, not even scheduled tonight. So a humble thanks to all y'all who have decided to come through and grace my evening and allow me to grace your evening. Okay, so we've got our phthalo blue green shade out and on the palette. So I think because it's a green shade, it only makes sense to use our game color foul green as the highlight color. So we're going to go for it. So once again, we're going to hit record on the little camera. We're going to show it here. And we're going to put some in there. See how that looks, if that actually mixes in all right. And painting while watching you paint, law, is a BS Corner Hobby Hangout. Hell yeah. It's kind of awesome. Kind of awesome. It's pretty fantastic to see how hobby hangouts can stem from these streamed events. And I mean, it's less personal, right, than hanging out in the Discord where folks can interact directly. But by streaming, we can reach people beyond the Discord. And maybe even convince them to join the Discord. Come join our corner if you want to hang out while hobbying. We got some fantastic voice channels. We got some really great spaces to share whatever models you're working on. It's good stuff. The community has been really, really awesome. Okay, so I think we're going to switch over to our Princeton Select 1 round and start layering on this new color, which is really bright but kind of transparent, as is the nature of our phthalo blue color foundation. And we're just going to coat basically all of the blue that's already been there. There's a few spots we'll leave the darkest blue. But just in the deepest recesses. There's some hard folds on the sides of her outfit, if you could call it an outfit, that will get left the phthalo blue. We'll leave it right up next to the little buckle in the middle, I think. You know, just your standard method of painting. I just got a little on the skin. Let's try to clean that off. There we go. Not paying an awesome yes, but it's fun. Hell yeah. Another Nate says, also doing hobby! Exclamation point. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get another print out of what is left in my vat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Quite. It does suck to run out of resin. I think I'm going to have to do another order myself soon. I just opened up my last bottle, and I've been wasting resin trying to get the Anycubic Photon working again. Nightbot coming through with a extremely sad sad factoid claiming that on average 46.1 of Americans have less than $10,000 in assets when they die. Speaks to the state of the world. Definitely really believable. Things is expensive. I mean, I just made soup. Was it yesterday? Day before? It cost me like $10 and it was just vegetables and tofu. That said, I got 2 days of food out of it, so is that actually expensive? Okay. Alright. Let's stop the recording and just tuck in. I think I'm going to try to hit a happy middle ground between painting down low so that the recording camera can see it, and then a little closer to this one so y'all can see clearly what I'm doing. Those of y'all who have seen my workflow streams would know how much footage gets wasted anyways. Gonna try to be a little more cognizant about the shots, I think. If I'm only gonna use 30 seconds of painting out of a 10-minute video, then why not take a little time to think about getting that 30 seconds in one go, or like in a minute and a half or something, instead of 10 minutes of footage. It'll be kinder to the editing process, as well as my storage space, as well as y'all's eyes during these here streams. That's a one round. I know it's zoomed in, but that one is pretty good size. I think it's because it's fairly frayed as well. It's starting to die. I think it's almost time to send it to the frayed brush jar. Grab a new sharp one. But we're just being real careful with it, even though it's kind of all over the place and more or less lost its tip. Alright, so we've got some... I don't know if y'all can see that. It don't want to focus, does it? We got some crossed blue straps there in the corner up by the dragon's knee. And I think we're going to use our 20-0, which don't want to focus either. We're going to use our 20-0 liner to pick that out. Surveillance Wizard says, I have never used a resin printer. Can the resin not be recycled or reused? It can. It can indeed. I generally just give mine a nice hearty stir before printing a new batch. It's been it gets used up, and you get a little bit that clings to the parts as well. So when you're done printing and tossing your prints into your vat of alcohol, you lose some of the resin. But yeah, it leaves some in the vat. Just, you know, you do a few prints and you gotta add some more, and do a few more prints and add some more, and next thing you know, your bottle's empty. But you know, it's not too bad. I did hear recently though that the resin I've been using is bad resin, so I might give a change over to some stuff. I skipped a part in that train of thought. I was gonna say that the resin's fairly inexpensive. I've been paying $24, I think. That sounds right. About $24 for a kilogram of resin, 1,000 milliliters. That's generally good for a fair few prints. I think a battle mech usually runs me about 10 mils. of resin. Well, the mech itself takes about 10 mils. You probably lose a milliliter or two. Probably lose 2 mils clinging to it, and you probably use 3 to 4 mils for all the supports. Maybe less than that. I don't know if this song is going to stay in the in the lineup either. This reminds me of if any of y'all have played Cyberpunk 2077. There's a fight you do with the animals. What was her name? Rhino. And this song was playing in the back. Not this song. A song with the same kind of feel was playing that during that one. I do recommend Cyberpunk 2077, by the way, but don't dive in unless you want to experience a nightmare of sex and violence. Because that is what it is. Yeah, Iron Elemental was saying it wasn't the best letter. I think that was... I don't think that was Iron Elemental. That was someone else. Jason. Alright. Getting a little work done on this here. I'm immediately liking the hue shift with the what was this called? Foul green? Tobias, yes, okay. The fist fight mission or the one for the voodoo boys? The fist fight mission. The other Viking. It's funny. Yeah, it's just another nod towards folks joining the Discord. Doesn't matter what hour you share. There are a few members from all over this globe. Kind of really cool, actually, to know that folks from everywhere can join and participate in asynchronous communication on Discord. Absolutely fantastic. This track's got a little bit of Silent Hill feel on the intro, I think. Alright, let's do the butt flap. We're no strangers to painting on butt flaps here. Was a major part of working on the Titania video. Ah, yes, I have an Ender 3 custom that's going on 10 years old. I can print anything on it, from PLA to polycarbonate. Most of what I make isn't art, though, more functional. That's awesome. But I don't think... Let's see. Do I have anything nearby that I can... So I've got a Anycubic Go, Cobra Go, and I mostly print functional stuff. Like I've got a rack up here for my needle nose pliers and my nippers, and I've got a Allen wrench holder, and then there's like a hook here that my headphones get hung on, and then my... Can I angle this to where y'all can see it? My RGB remotes have these holders. It was kind of really cool, I think, that it's like, oh, I need this thing, and I just go on Cults 3D or My Mini Factory and put in a search, and there's an object that fits, and you download it and print it and have the thing that you need on demand. Really cool. Heck, I think the last thing I printed, besides some hex bases with the FDM printer, was a guitar hanger. I needed to hang I have an acoustic bass guitar that was just kind of sitting in the corner. So I printed off a hook with really fine layer height. I went with 0.05. It took forever, but it was like really, really smooth. I think it's well worth having both kinds, an FDM and a resin on hand. It's been a bit since I played those ones. Yeah, there's no Vikings. It's all in your heads, guys. Yeah. Gaslight Minis. Welcome to Gaslight Minis, where we talk about nonsense, and you're wrong. All right, this is looking pretty good here. I was a little dubious after the first layer of the phthalo blue. It's kind of a clear and shiny color. Actually will work really well to paint over metallics, I think. But adding in this little bit of foul green has turned it into a really nice color. And it's going to be exciting because as we add more of the foul green to it, we'll shift it more to a green hue and get some really neat effects happening with the highlights here. I like a good color shift in my models. Anyhow, we're just trying to keep it on the raised bits, leaving that blue in the darkest crevices, but only in the darkest crevices. And again, I'm keeping I've got my 20-0 liner and a 1 round on hand and ready, and switching back and forth. Choosing the 20 when I need the really tight points, like right here, where I screw it up anyways. If y'all can see. Get a little there. There's also a speckle on her butt that I got there ages ago, and it's gonna stay there. Yeah, it's awesome to make the little things that helps you do your hobbies. Yeah. Yes. Very, very cool to live in this modern future. All right. We're going to take a little bit more of this mixture and kind of reinforce what we've already laid down because it's a little translucent. Just get a nice, fairly solid coat over that. I think we'll do the same thing on the front as well. Go back over her top with another layer. Just reinforce what we have. Nightbot drops another factoid for y'all. Says that IKEA is an acronym which stands for Ingvar Kamprad Elmtjard Gunnerd, which is the founder's name, farm where he grew up in hometown. I think we've heard that before. Nightbot, you're recycling facts. And it's sad too because the list that Nightbot is pulling those factoids from is so vast. It shouldn't get repetitions for a long time. I think it might do to expand upon that factoid list. Maybe double it in size. Get like, I don't know, 900 on it. It's almost 500 that it's pulling from. Should be a long while before we get any repetitions. I guess it doesn't check for ones it's already seen though. It's just a random pull every time. Why no focus? This autofocus situation is a little unfortunate. I'm definitely thinking if I had a big mat without any any markings on it, it'd probably work a little better. Might be an upgrade in the future. Perhaps even a product if I can find a printer. A matte black self-healing cutting mat with markings just on the very edges, so that you could lay a straight edge across it and do measurements, but geared for streaming your paint setup. Okay. Acoustic bass. Oops. Acoustic bass guitar. Acoustic bass is that big violin looking MG. It's a pretty thin one. It's actually not much bigger than an acoustic guitar, actually. It doesn't really strongly resonate. It doesn't have a it's not super loud, but it's good enough to plonk around on without having to worry about hooking up my electric. Okay. So once again, send button is right next to period. Yeah, I feel that. I absolutely feel that. I'm going to show the foul green to the camera again. We're going to do another nice hearty drop right in the middle. Actually, 2 drops. We're going to grab our 6 round and use the big fat brush tip to mix the next highlight layer in. And I really like this desaturated blue-green. It's actually like not too far off of a turquoise or a teal. But as we hit the higher layers on this outfit, it's going to move more to green territory and create this nice like this effect of like cool shadows, but like warm highlights, semi-warm highlights on her bikini. If you could call it a bikini. All right. Focus camera. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to be painting down low for a moment while we focus on getting footage. And then I'll return to shoving this thing in up in the webcam so y'all can see a little better. But we're just same deal. Only we're letting more shadow spill out of the crevices. Trying to get the folds accentuated now. Or starting the layers that will accentuate the folds. Keeping a little more shadow than before. Alright. Try to get this to focus. There's that, I'm starting to think that the shuffle function for OBS may be generating off of like a set number of seeds rather than like a proper shuffle. I don't know about y'all, but I have noticed several tracks that show up with more frequency than they should, given the size of the playlist. That's fine. There's only a few in there that aren't what I'm after. I don't know if any of y'all have ever tried to cultivate a playlist of like 100+ songs, but they all can't be the bangers that you're after. Yep, good tracks so help the paint flow. Yeah, I do like them. I'm a little not so sold on a few, but that takes mental energy and time and effort to prune and give it some thought. I'll do an update at some point pull out some tracks, add some new ones. Again, all the music here has been provided by epidemicsound.com. They're a pretty good resource. They're a little pricey. I can't remember how much it is. I think I'm paying $13.99 a month for access to their libraries. But oh man, there's so much there, and you can search by like genre or subgenre or duration. Lots of tools. And as long as you have the license, you can put them on, I can't remember exactly. I want to say 3 locations. So like you could license out your Twitch and your YouTube and another platform, I believe. So if you're a content creator out there, you're putting together music, putting together videos and whatnot, consider checking out Epidemic Sound. They're really good. Again, it's a little pricey, but that's okay. I have been paying for a license through them for about 2 years now, and I definitely don't regret the decision. It's very much helped to cultivate the feel I'm going for here. All right, got about 5 minutes of footage there. I'm going to transition back to shoving this model up in the camera so y'all can see. How about you focus there, buddy? How about you focus there, buddy? I might have to maybe think about doing manual focus. I don't know how good the depth of field is on this thing. Honestly, haven't mucked around with it. But I think y'all can see decently with that sharpness. I think the hardest part of all of this is like getting it locked in and then trying to keep the model right where the focus is. But we're just hitting like 75% of what we did last time. Trying to leave the deepest crevices, and right next to the deepest crevices. Pushing this thing more towards green, or off green, I guess. My Winamp library had over 2,000 tracks, only ever played like 50. Okay, maybe it's just a limitation of computer generated randomization. Here, let's try this trick from before again. What if I put one of these down underneath my filming area and see if it helps with the contrast? I can move it when I'm filming with the cell phone. How's that? Looks a little better. I guess it's because it's contrast based. Helping the glue flow in my case. Just had to fix one of my Crusaders. Came separated from the base. You know, it's funny. I actually I popped off my Crusader from its base recently, and then was digging out the little posts that keeps it connected, because I want to rebase it on not really sure yet. I think I want to give it kind of an epic basing schema. I'm wanting to paint my Crusader in a nice try-hard pattern, make it an official Countrified Minis mercenary paint job. very inspired by our local Gunpla legend to pick a color scheme, to pick specific colors to match the kind of hard orange, golden yellow type color that makes up Country Fried Mini's neck. All right. I don't know if that's any better for y'all. It looks like it might be. Heck, I wonder if I could come down a bit with the sharpness even. Let's try that. It's very cranked up. So we'll pull up our this thing, whatever the software is called. I can't remember. How about we come down, I don't know, about right there with the sharpness. Is that a little better? It did have a little bit of that like crispy fried feel to it. Yeah, it looks all right. I think the neutral background helps a lot. Is it as simple as just investing in like a dark colored towel I can drape over it? I like this track a lot, y'all. It's a good one. I like the energy it gives off. If any of the music I got sums up the feel and the mood of working here in the Bullshit Corner 2.0, it's this one. And I have no idea what it is. Pretty sure it's a Lupus Nocti track. All right. Okay. I think my mind just yearns for the audio sensibilities of a time around my early childhood. Damn, it just, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to push this. I'm going to push this color a little further towards our foul green. There's no contrast issue. There's no contrast. Are you gaslighting me, Nathan? What? No contrast issue. There's very clearly a contrast issue because it don't want to autofocus. It's like one of those feel-good anime, The Good Guys one track. Yes. Yes. Successful Day. This is the soundtrack that's playing after we had an awesome hangout at Games of Berkeley. Stopped for some Chinese food and we're wrapping up with the guys, hitting the train, going all smiles and saying bye and going home. Oh, this one has big 80s movie she's going places, workout montages energy. I see. Yes, that too. Because as y'all know, she is going places. Alright, going to show the foul green to the camera one more time, and I think we're going to do 2 more drops. Get out our 6th round. No, that's not it. That's our 6th round. Make sure the tip is nice and supple. And stir it on in. What's going on with this track? Let me bring down the full screen playback. Where are we sitting at? Just hit the 1 hour mark, y'all. See how much we can get done tonight. I think the plan is to get this model finished up over the next couple days and start editing it proper. And then next Wednesday, I've got a fun project for a commission coming up. So we're gonna start working on that on the stream. It'd be really fun. I can think of at least one person in the community that would really appreciate it. We'll be working on some Transformer mechs. I can't remember the name of the sculptor, but I had someone commission me through Fiverr to do a full set of Transformer mechs based on the color schemes in, I want to say it was called Transformer Discovery. I'm not really super versed in the universe, so I'm gonna have to do a little research. But the project also has a super heavy mech in it, which I'm really stoked on. I haven't got to paint one yet because nobody uses them, not in our meta. So it should be hella fun. I'm still trying to source some good bases at the moment. The client had expressed some interest in these GameCraft Minis bases, and I'm worried that if I order them now, they'll be a little late for the delivery for finishing up the project. So I think I'm going to need to rely on 3D printing, which yeah, I'm sure there's some out there. Though I've actually had a little trouble finding like proper rubble bases, which struck me as a little odd, because you'd think that like some city ruins might be a little more readily available as an STL. But it was not. Find plenty of like city streets. Might be time to sculpt some up and make them available myself. All right. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but I will transition back to shoving this under the webcam in just a moment. Let me get a little bit of footage, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes for the video. All right, so this time we're kind of less focused on painting the entire edge from before. I think that's enough footage. We got enough footage there. I'll put this towel back down and show y'all what I mean. Issues, you feeling all right? Yeah, I'm feeling fine. The issues I'm referring to are that the autofocus is a temperamental beast. All right, so anyhow, let's get that to focus. You gonna focus, lady? Okay, so we've got the curve of her butt right here, and then this thing kind of flows up and then in and then up again. So while we're putting on our highlights, we kind of want to focus them towards the tops of the curves. And we're going to do more and more of that as this goes on. So like all this on the curve of her butt gets the highest highlight, and then this kind of gets some, but not really super heavy. We're not going to put any right there at all. just going to ignore that. It's already got the shadows developed. And then right here, we know we're going to put another layer on. So we'll hit that once, and then right here once, and create this L shape. Next time we go around, we're just going to hit the sharper edges. And then same for her bottoms here. Just a little bit right there at the highest point. And then we've got the shadow coming down off her belt, so we're not going to put any of this lighter color there. And then this section is, you know, well in between her legs, so we're just going to put a little bit there, and then that's it. No more highlighting to go there at all. You know, I also see that I have left some flesh color. I think y'all can see that right up in that corner there. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I might have to put a dark wash going into that. Autofocus is fine. I mean, it's working all right. Give it a little more contrast between the background and the and everything else. Oh my god. Help, chat is gaslighting me. It's supposed to be the other way around. I'm supposed to be gaslighting y'all. Alright, so we're gonna do one more run of a little bit more of this here stuff. And put 2 drops in. And I've put it here towards the side. And I don't know how far I want to push this into the last color, because I want it closer to the foul green, I think. So I think that's all we're going to mix it in. It's almost like a 50-50. I really want to limit the number of layers we're actually putting on at this point. Alright, so let's grab a little bit here and make sure we have a whole bunch of foul green on our fingertips, you know, as is tradition. And put our highlights on closer to the tops of our tatas here. Not much though, just a bit. We really want to start to get some how do I word this? We're pushing the highlights towards the specular bits. So at this point we're thinking lights coming straight down. That's where we're putting our highlights. That's about it. Not everywhere. Less is more. And even right here, like along her side, I think that all this is kind of in the shadows enough that maybe just a bit right there where the fabric wraps over the others to accentuate this crossover of the straps. But I think too much highlight there wouldn't make sense because it's in the shadow of her arm. We'll do a little bit right here at the highest point of the strap around her ribs. And on this spot too. None on her crotch because there's no raised areas to get that light. None down here because it's in between her legs. And then we're going to do the same bit on the back I was kind of talking about earlier. We're going to hit a little bit on the edge of her butt cheek right here where the fabric is close to the skin. A little bit on the top of this fold here. And then on this edge as well. Just the raised portions, and that's it. This layer's highlights are made effective by a whole less is more approach. Not much at all. A little bit here, a little bit there. Helping to inform the eye as to where the color is landing. We want to keep that blue shadow. And heck, even at this point, let's just get our foul green a little bit on the palette. Just straight foul green. Not even gonna put enough of this down to make it worth shoving it in the camera. We're just gonna take the foul green straight and put it at the tippy tips of the highlights. So the highest points of her breasts, and then kind of feather it up a bit. The highest points of the previous highlights, but just a little bit. I think we can skip it on the side there because none of that's bright enough. And then same here. We're gonna put at the highest, like the peak of the curve of her butt. Just like right in the middle of the last highlight. And then a little bit down here. And maybe there, and there, and there. And that is it. That's all the highlights she gets. We're done with the blue. Let me shove it up under the camera so y'all can maybe see what we've done here. So the highlights are all concentrated on her chest because she's kind of leaning back and she's putting the tops of her tits up into the light. So we want, man, it don't want to focus. So you can see lights coming straight down. Lights coming straight in this way. So we want the brightest lights right on the fronts and the tops. Right in the fronts and the tops of her bikini top. We're getting a little bit more right here. If I can get that in camera. We're getting a little bit more of the light right here because it's kind of spilling past this dragon. This is all in shadows. So the brightest color is the previous tone. And then back here, we wouldn't necessarily have as much. This might still be kind of in the shadow, but we've chosen to use a little bit of the brightest color here and there to really inform the depth of the shadows. I think it's effective. Looks good enough to me, and that's where we're going to go with it. All right, so while I have this shoved up in the camera, I can see we've missed a little bit more Wild Rider Red right there. So we're going to grab some and shove it on. And you know what? Heck, I think while we're at it, is it time to start washing this model? I think it may be. Let's do that. Let's get some Agrax, I think. I don't have a good flesh shade, really. I have the Vallejo fresh flesh color, but I think it's a little dark. I do have some Agrax Earthshade, though. And I think this might be what we want to do now. Because I can put a wash on this, on the skin and everything, and then we can go back to working on this dragon while it dries. I say that, and I need to do the staff, I think, because it's going to get a wash as well. So let's do that. I think we're going to go from flat earth up into, what color did I mix in for the leather? I think it was Baylor Brown. So we can move our wood into, we go from flat earth into just ivory and do another two-tone multi-layered deal. And I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's bring out the field of view again. Pop this back full screen. Pow. Wait, that's the wrong thing. I did the preview scaling instead of the full screen projector. There we go. So we'll get back out our filming implement. And more of the same. Back to Pro Video. Hit play. I'm going to grab our flat earth. I'm going to put a little bit out. Yep. And then we'll do a little bit of our ivory. We're going to put a little bit of that out. And this paint is really frustrating. Vallejo's ivory, good color. The paint itself sucks. Really sucks. It just like... It's liquidy. Again, you set it down for a day or two and it separates out. Let's do this. Every time I squeeze this bottle and it just squirts out watery bullshit instead of the paint. This thing is vibrate. So my my work desk here is built into the wall, which is also, it's connected at 2 points to 2 walls. I have to wonder if my neighbors can hear / feel this happening. We're gonna give this a good hefty shaking. Got to. Fucking ivory. Excuse my French. You know when I'm dropping F-bombs here that it's due to the frustration of inferior products. I say inferior products, but you know, it's Vallejo. It's great. Coverage is great. Fantastic color. Not too chalky. Performs exactly how I would like it to. But damn if it don't just separate. Some paints are not made equal. Let's see if this is still water when it comes out. Oh yeah, I was recording. That's right. Let's get back out the camera. Let's pop. If I could draw my unlock pattern. Show our ivory to the camera. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's actually paint this time. Okay. You know, show that paint who's boss. Yeah, exactly. Whip it into shape with high velocity vortex stirring. I can say right there, that moment definitely seemed like a vortex mixer worked. That paint is now moving and working just like any other Vallejo color. Am I making the hot take that a vortex mixer might actually be worth putting in your collection? Yeah, I think I just did. Okay, so we've got about 2 drops of flat earth and about 2 drops, maybe a drop and a half of the ivory. Yeah, it's about 2 to 1.5. So what's that? 4 to 3 mixture. And then we put 2 drops of water in there. I'm not worried about it being like thin and smooth blends. We just want to get this model done. we're going to start painting on a little bit of our color here. Too bright. Too bright. Too bright. All that shit I just said, I'm wrong. Got that bosomy B-roll, bosomy B-roll? Bosomy? I don't know if that's actually a word. I think you're making stuff up there. We need to put a little more flat earth in this color. So we're going to add one more drop of the flat earth and some water. Alright, yeah, that looks a little darker, a little better. I'm getting that paint dangerously close to the edge of our paper here. That should be better. It's still a little bright compared to the last layer, but that's fine. Try to move this back from the edge. Ooh, I like this track too. Good old classic. Alright. Get back out our model. Get back out our mix. We're working with the one round. We're just going to start roughly layering this stuff on. It is still a little bit too bright. I think we can correct this with our Agrax Earthshade. That's what I'm going to go for. I'm actually a little worried now looking at this that it might be a little close to her skin tone in the overall scheme of things. Might could just do a glaze over top of it to add a little warmth to it. But this almost reminds me of shit, what's that color I see on Night Shift all the time? Deck tan? Kind of reminiscent of that. It's like a gray wood. Fine. It'll work. Just gonna cover most of the wood with this color. I don't know how well that's showing up for y'all. Here, let me try this. What if I bring it in like that? I don't think it'll help the focus too much, but it'll help. You can kind of see what I'm doing at least. It sucks because I see that putting the little like towel down helps the autofocus, but it looks so bad on the filming here. And I think while I'm filming, at least while I'm getting the shots that are important, it's more important to focus on this than worry about what fidelity y'all are getting on the stream. Just fine. So here after we get a little paint on it, I'll switch to the towel again and get this up under the webcam. Well, that looks decent now that I'm giving it a peek. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. I do tend to assume the worst. Alright. Just picking out little details. Painting our little dragon face on the end of her staff. Little claws and wings and making sure that all the deepest crevices stay that nice flat earth color. Bosoms like breasts. Yes. That's. I knew that. I'm not stupid. I am pretty stupid. I'll be the first to admit. And that's fine. What was it? Stupid is as stupid does. And I do stupid shit all the time. That wobbly pink mound footage. Yummy. It's not TOS. How dare you say it's TOS? Come join us on the Country Fried OnlyFans. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Man, there's another shout out to folks. If you ain't a member of the Country Fried Minis Discord community, check it out. Come on over. I've seen notification after notification popping up while I'm filming here. Can't check it. I see y'all. I see y'all biscuits out there. I see you communicating and having a good time and sharing in the community. Just know I'm here on the stream and I can't comment. Let's see if I can't get an angle on this where y'all can see and the camera can see. I don't think it's possible. This is a tricky thread in the needle shot here. Just very rough coverage of a tannish, brownish, beigeish tone. Was it, someone said before it was taupe? Just getting a little all over coverage. Kind of thinking that based on this layer, we might go real bright with this wood. Have it kind of almost a white wood. All right, we got 9 minutes of footage there. I'm gonna move this to the side. Make sure to hit my light on the way. There we go. CFOP forever. Yes. More accurately, CFOF never. I'm not doing it. There's no way. How much? How much would I have to get paid to do Country Fried OnlyFans? Just slowly transition the entire community over to OnlyFans. And it's just like, it's just what I'm doing already. Just me doing this very thing, this very stream, but I'm topless. You know, and stare at my titties while I'm painting titties. I guess it'd be a place to paint those more, those less YouTube-friendly models. My Limbo Division ones. Kind of wild. I think I mentioned before that I have some pinups that are more clothed than Titania is, but way more, not YouTube-friendly. Last thing I want to do is have to put a mature audience's tag on a video on YouTube. Because again, the choice to paint Titania is a very curated pinup, very thought about. some deep consideration has gone into the model choice for that pinup episode, which is coming. It's coming, I promise. I swears it. Britannia is coming. Just, you know, circumstance once again has dictated that we're going to kick that can down the road. And lessons of the past assert that I'm not going to apologize for it. It'll get here when it gets here. That paywall load, yeah. You can make the jiggly pink pulsations a free subscription, tips only. Yes. Yes. I'll work for tips. Kind of working for tips now. Just do like, you finish the stream here and then jump over on OnlyFans for late night, after dark, country fried minis. I've done a few after dark streams, but they were called after dark because it was late, not because I got my bits hanging out. Although there are a lot of bits on the channel, because, you know, we mess around with models. Trying to think which episode had the most bits. It's probably the Games Workshop collaboration. The skink. It's got to be the most bits. And of course, I could always transition over to Twitch, and people could give me bits. But I can't necessarily get my bits out in exchange for those bits over on Twitch. Plus, YouTube's the better streaming platform anyways. Superior. Twitch is alright. It's got better chat interaction. That's for sure. But yeah, it's not great compared to the quality that you find here on YouTube's. Everyone goes nuts for the Hunchback and the Urban. Yeah. My chat stopped weird. Huh. Wonder. I might actually be missing chat too. Yep, I'm missing chat. I had my chat readout set to top messages and not all messages. So if I missed your messages here and haven't acknowledged you, my apologies. Chat interaction is what this is all about. Well, partially. It's about half about the chat interaction. The other half is really, for me, I turn on the camera and I can stay at it. I know I've mentioned that before, but it's true. Something about being on the clock makes getting through these models a little easier. Now, it's no secret to the community, at least, that I actually don't like painting. The process of painting, I should say. I kind of hate it. It sucks. It's tedious. It hurts your mind, hurts your eyes, hurts your back. But damn if those models don't look dank once you get done with them. And you show up at the games day and you slap them models on the table, makes it all worth it. That's why the adage, the country fried OnlyFans adage exists. Stay happy while you're painting. Remember to be happy while you're painting. It's really helps to get stuff done. And of course, the Happy While You're Painting hoodie is available over on the Country Fried Minis Threadless store. I believe link in the description down below. If it's not in the description down below, check it out, countryfriedminis.com. Show your love for the channel with a dank CFM zip-up hoodie with the Happy While You're Painting rainbow on it. I need to order one myself, actually. Alright, so I think we've just about got this here staff adequately covered with this next tone. Excuse me. I'm going to add a little more ivory into this color and start pushing it towards the white. Kind of like a really bright wood. I'm almost thinking like a birch bark situation now that this first layer is so bright. Got a little bit of metal showing. That's unfortunate. It looks alright. We can move on. Totally nude battle mechs for all your carnal canopian inclinations. Totally nude battle mechs. Is that just... You just paint them silver. You dry brush them silver and give them an ink wash. And they're just totally nude. Alright. Get back out the camera. Tripod down. Straddle my tripod here. Hit record. Get out our palette. Try to split the difference so both cameras can see it. We'll show the ivory to it again. Put a big old drop right in the middle. Blunk. I think that's all we need, honestly, because the ivory is a fairly strong pigmentation. Very, very strongly pigmented paint. How do words work? Gonna give that a good mix in there. I don't know if y'all can tell. I can with my naked eyes here. Not my naked mix, but my naked eyes. This is a much brighter tone. And I think we might even thin it out a little more. The drop of water. Just one. Get it nice and flowy. Looks about right. Maybe a little rusty if you like a dirty herby. Ooh, dirty herby. Yes. I do like my herbies a little dirty. That is fact. Let's grab our dragon lady. I hope y'all can see it decently. Do it want to focus? It's trying. It's kind of trying. I think it's decent. No? Yeah? Okay. It don't know where to put its mind. I think it's this hot spot of the light. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing of just rolling with it here. We're gonna focus on the I'm gonna focus on the footage for a moment, and then I'll put back down the towel and focus on y'all. A little bit of the divided attention there, if you will. I want to at least get, like, I don't know, 2 minutes of footage here of bringing out the highlights, so I can then use it for the video. Ooh, I like this track. It's just It stays 1987 right here in the bullshit corner. We're watching things on VHS, enjoying cassette tapes, playing arcade games. Good times. That shitty synth wave. Love it. Playing Battletech early generations? Oh yes. A little bit of Warhammer 40,000, known as Rogue Trader. So good. The ivory's probably made with that old titanium white, yeah. Light colors generally larger pigment particles, so you get the light tones really taken over, hard to glaze with. Yeah, exactly. That checks out. That's a new t-shirt, like a dirty ooh. I may be hitting the point of needing to commission out an artist for some new t-shirt designs. I've got some other of my old like tattoo era designs that I need to turn into t-shirts, but kind of been letting the t-shirt thing languish a bit. I ain't updated it since Halloween was the last design. Wait, was it? I can't remember what came first, if it was the Thulu skull thing, the tentacle skull, or if it was the Octavia t-shirt. But it's been a while since I've updated the merch. Dirty Irby sounds good. And if any of y'all have good ideas for t-shirts, mugs, mouse pads, etc., let me know. Let me know. Join up the Discord. Shoot me a DM and say howdy and be like, boy, you really need this dumb joke in your repertoire. Why don't you sell a product? I'll buy you one. Something like that. Alright. We're just taking our next layer of this ivory and we're nicking the tips of all these details with it. Basically covering 75% of what we just did. We're only 2 layers in over the base tone, so it doesn't really, we don't really need to think about isolating our highlights yet. Just kind of putting it on the sharpest bits. Taking a very good enough is good enough approach on this model. She don't need to be anything spectacular. Just gonna get it done. I like this track too. Yeah, some good music tonight. Hope y'all can see decently. I got it good and zoomed in. I do think throwing the towel down is a good trick. Big thanks over to you, another Nate, for suggesting that during the Titania paint up. And having learned the lessons from that, I'll just do the whole like switch in between these shots and the raw matte for the filming. All right. So as we get into these next colors, we're gonna really concentrate this onto the whorls here, the whorls in the wood. I think that a wood grain is a little too much for this staff, because it'd be well used. She'd have it worn smooth from years of handling and bopping dragons on the snoot with it. Very, very smooth and polished pole. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. This color really starts to come together. You know, it's definitely not what I had in my mind. I should have went with a warmer tone, something with a little bit more orangey, yellowish tones in it, but the decision has been made, and we're rolling with it. And sometimes, when you're working on your hobbies, and you make a decision that you're not necessarily happy with, it pays to just follow through and make the best of that situation and learn the lesson for the next project. Okay, I'm trying to think of what would be the best use for this kind of like desaturated grayish wood. Maybe like an old crate. Or like fencing. It's been out in the sun for a million years. Not literally a million years, but you know what I mean. I probably could have done the leathers with towelite ochre, and then done the wood here with the Baylor brown. Maybe like a golden mustard type yellow to bring it up into the highlights. Just a little more life and vibrancy into it. A warm hue instead of this desaturated stuff. I just noticed the other cam quit bouncing the white while you were cleaning the mat. This thing here? I don't know what you mean. Who does the animated short for Text Talks? The guy rough hand down style with the vaporwave curve. First, perfect for dat dirty Irby. Yeah, shit, I can't remember offhand. He was credited in the in the video. Damn, I can't remember. Sorry, BPL. I'm a bad fan. Okay. I like this track too. They're all good. Man, Lupus Nocti, man, it good shit. There's a reason I used it for so long. We did need some variety, but damn if it ain't good to get back to it from time to time. Alright, we need a little bit more of this color back here. And a little bit here. And I think a little bit more right under where she's holding on to onto the thing. There and there and there. And that is a good amount. Just checking me compulsively brush licking here. Can't help it, y'all. I might have a problem. Just I finish what I'm doing and then I clean the brush with my mouth and dip it again. just about done with this color. I'm going to pull back the mat again, pull back the towel here, start recording the next layer, and do the same thing. Give the filament a little love, then give y'all a little love. DC Bruins or something like that, I think. I'll go look. Yeah, okay. DC Bruins. At least Tex props up their work, and Locust Labs is one of us. I don't know if I'd say Locust Labs is one of us, but I'm an avid supporter of Locust Labs. Good work, good, happy, high quality submissions for the BattleTech community. Much needed stuff somewhere in between those Ironwind Metals and Catalyst Games Labs, making some truly great sculpts available that are quite lore accurate for the average 3D printer. For the average 3D printing BattleTech player, I think it's more accurate. Ivory. I'm going to show Ivory to the camera one more time. We're going to do the same old thing. Put a drop. Ooh, yeah, right in the middle. So good. Where are we sitting at, y'all? What's our time o'clock? Hour 49 minutes. We're doing all right. I'm making decent time. Decent time. Mix in a little bit of this here stuff. A little bit more ivory right in the middle. So when I'm stirring this color in, I like to get it good and mixed in a small circle first and then start working it out. And that way you slowly start to get it right where you need it. But you also have the previous color towards the perimeters of the puddle. That way while you're layering this color on, if you see spots that you missed, you can always dip back down into the last color you was using. Oh, that got intensely bright with one more drop. I think we hit a critical mass of ivory with that drop, or maybe there was some at the bottom of this puddle that wasn't fully mixed in. Let's bring some more of that previous tone in. Bring it down. There we go. Looking all right. Locust Labs in the Discord says, "How's not what?" Yeah, yeah, okay, that's fair. Locust Labs talks to us at all hours, just never voice. They'll come around. Yeah. Nightbot pushing the Discord link. So once again, to any of y'all out there catching this live stream after the fact and not live, no longer live, but via the algorithm, if you're not a member of the Country Fried Minis Discord, check out the link in chat right now at this timestamp right here or down in the description down below. Come on, join us. We talk all kinds of nonsense. We play Mech Warrior. We play that silly Gartic phone thing. We do all kinds of stuff. Come on over, hang out, share what you're working on. We'd love to have you. I think I speak for the enthusiastic community. Say the more the merrier. We've got a happy little community happening over there. I am proud to be a part of it. I don't even it's not even my thing anymore. It's y'all's thing. We generate content together. I may be the face of Country Fried Minis, but it's y'all's space. I guess that's why I have always referred to myself as the royal we. We're doing this. It ain't just me. Okay. Anyhow, enough of that. Enough of that begging for your participation. Oh, well, Nightbot has another factoid for us. Let's see how accurate they are this time around. Nightbot claims that as a child, Jet Li performed with the Chinese national wushu team for President Nixon. And Nixon asked him to be his personal bodyguard, but he declined. I mean, it sounds believable. Do I trust Nightbot? Nah, not really. Not particularly. Alright. So we're doing more of the same here. I hope that's decently in focus for y'all on the webcam. I know it's not. I see that it's not. But I'm also filming it, so at least for some of these shots, that takes priority. Just more of the same, though. We're bringing up those highlights. Now, this is the third layer of highlighting, though, so we're going to start leaving even more of the previous layers showing underneath. With each layer at this point, we definitely lean hard into the less is more approach. Okay, I think that's enough footage. We'll throw back down the towel. Y'all can see what's going on here. All right, go over there, tripod. Get out of my way. Join us, country fried comrades. Yes. In biscuit we trust. Alright, let's see if y'all can see. That sharpness is really intense when I do it like this, ain't it? I'm gonna try something. Let's try to bring down that sharpness to a more reasonable level. Image adjustments. Sharpness is like, it's really high compared to what it would normally be out of the box. How's that looking? Come on, focus. Give me a focus. Nah, see, I think it is indeed part of the problem here that the autofocus kind of seems to be linked to the sharpness, which sucks. So we're gonna boost that right back up. Boost that right back up. And give it a look now. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little crispy fried when we do that, but it's definitely more seeable. And the color fidelity is still really good, despite it like struggling to focus here. It's perfectly in focus, no focus problems. Yeah, no problems. What are you talking about? Focus problems, insane. This pro focus levels right here. It's lightning fast. Never out of focus. Not even remotely out of focus. The hell are you talking about? You're imagining things. Alright, so once again, we're really just scratching the tips of what we did for the last layer. Really just trying to accentuate what we've done with each layer. Kind of just following that formulaic, pulling the highlights toward the tops and the sharpest bits. There we go. A little bit here, a little bit there. On these wings here, I'm gonna try to like put the highlight kind of towards the middle of it right here. And then on the outer veins, we'll do it more towards the top. Get a little variation. A little bit of depth to it. This here model ain't setting out to win no beauty pageants. Just trying to sell the idea of these highlights. This ain't a competition piece, y'all. I think it's important to remember that distinction sometimes when you're painting. Good enough is absolutely good enough. Whether you're going for tabletop quality or heck, even if you're working on a competition piece. As long as you're satisfied with it in the end and it sells the idea you're trying to communicate, that's all that matters. Alright, so again, we're just painting over about 60-75% of the previous layer. Imaginations aren't real. What's the matter with you? I'm inclined to disagree there. I can't prove I have an imagination, but I can absolutely internally image things. Alright, same deal. We're going to try to kind of get our highlights towards the center of the wings. Excuse me, towards the center of the wings for the inner veins, for the inner rays, bones, whatever you call it. And then on the outer ones, we'll put the highlights up towards the tippy tips. Right there. I am way off frame. And that's looking decent. We're going to do a little bit of highlight here, and then we're going to skip a lot of these areas when we put this next and final bit of highlighting on it. Do one more layer. I think we'll do. One more layer will be enough. I mean, you can make that look better if you do more layers. Right, more layers, more blending. The more you add, the smoother the transitions will be. But like, I'm going to be viewing this model from this far away. You know, just full arm's length. I don't need it looking perfect. That's what she said about those internal images. Thinking about other people. I see how it is. All right. One more round of mixing up some paint and filming it, and then switching back to the towel shot so y'all can see. A little bit for the video, then a little bit for y'all. Video on, palette forward, ivory out, another drop. Ooh, got a little bit of white stuff inadvertently in a spot I didn't want it. Alright, mix in another drop of ivory right there in the middle. I think we do want this one a nice step up in brightness. So about right there looks good. I think the contrast is a little higher IRL compared to what y'all are seeing. This phone is seeing it pretty well. Or this camera. The camera on my phone is seeing it pretty well. So let's try to put these highlights on. Grab a little bit of our new color, and we're just going to scratch the tippy tips, the highest points of the last bits we was just doing. Very little bit. Heck, and honestly, I think this layer is so limited, we might not even switch back to the towel scene. Y'all can see this just fine. It's good enough. And if it ain't good enough, well, you'll just have to see the HD version when we release the new video, New Year, New Dragon, which will be the next video, and Titania is not the new video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have lied once again and pivoted my plans because we need to get this video out. This one's important. This one's a commitment. And then above and beyond that, we've got to do something special for 1,000 subs. Because thanks to y'all's viewership, Country Fried Minis is now actualized in the world of YouTube. I now have the power to put ads on it anytime. Although I'm leaning towards not doing it. I kind of hate ads. I kind of hate sitting through ads. So a reminder, if you want to help support this channel and keep it ad-free, keep me from putting ads on these videos, consider joining the channel as a member. For as little as $1 a month, you can join the ranks of the Country Fried Minis Biscuits and have access to some fabulous things, such as biscuit-based emojis, a fun little badge next to your name, undying love and gratitude from the community, as well as priority consideration for events going forward when we do community-based live streams, which will be coming sometime soon. Once I work out the kinks, we'll do some community TTRPG streaming. So yeah, if you got a little extra and you like what's going on and what you're seeing here, consider joining up as a member. Beyond that, if you want to show more direct support, consider joining up at the Patreon. Patrons directly fund the improvement of the channel. Whether you're paying for my lunch or more better equipment or paints or minis, etc. Patrons get all these perks plus more. Not to mention their names in the credits of the videos. Anyhow, it's enough begging for your money. A reminder that the best way to actually support this channel is to watch the content. Just give me your time and your eyes and maybe a like down there on that like button so that the YouTube algorithm pushes it to more people. It is indeed a positive feedback loop. If you get more interaction, more comments, more likes, it pushes it to more people, and the community will grow from there. Big thanks to y'all who are checking out my content, which is your content. Okay. So I think we're done with the wood at this point. It's looking decent. I mean, it's very close to our skin tone, which really kind of sucks, but that's where we live. How about you ain't even finished the Tanya? Yep, that's right. I ain't even finished the Tanya. Here, let me get her back out. So, the Tanya is. Let me put the contrast towel down so we can get it to focus. So, if the Tanya is lacking We've got the gem done on her crown. We got the feather done. This needs a couple more coats of purple to bring the axe head into obsidian territory. I mean, I'm already editing the video, but I'm not even done painting her. This needs a couple more layers of that really thin purple wash. I think I kind of want to boost the contrast back here, but that's in the shadows. What's really holding me up here is the base, which I changed my mind about this green on this arrow and the sword here. I think I want these to be red. We gotta do the skulls, we gotta do the dirt. She's still got a little bit to go. I don't think it's enough to warrant another stream of painting her. It's gonna be like a late night painting session. But Titania is coming. That video has been delayed due to circumstances. But again, like I quoted about it before, to quote Gabe Newell, late is only for a little while. Stuck is forever. And I'd rather have quality content come out than something that sucks and is rushed. Plus, you know, despite my best efforts, it does take a tremendous amount of work to produce a video. It's kind of intense. All right, what's next on this lass? I think we can do a brown wash now. I think it's a good step for it. Yeah. I need to boost the contrast between the sandals and her skin. Need to boost... Yeah, the contrast needs to be boosted up, and then we need like the connection between her butt flap and her leg there to be a little darkened. So I think it is time to get out the Agrex Earthshade. And now that I think about it, if I put it on this palette, it's just going to make a huge mess. But let's see if I can't find them. I think I have an old plastic palette in here somewhere. And pull out my old paint kit box from a million years ago. I could have swore I had an old palette. Boy, I don't know where it'd be now. So instead, I'm going to do what I did last time when I made a real thin wash. We're going to get out this here old candle lid. What am I doing? I need this guy. I'm going to go back to filming. Camera on. Pro video. Tap. We're going to get our Agrex Earthshade. Show it to the camera. We're going to grab another... I need a pipette. I need one of these pipettes. Get a pipette here. And we're going to do, oh, I don't know, 3 drops. Bink, bank, bonk. And we'll put the rest of our shade back in here. Wash it out with the dirty paint water, which is very green. We're going to grab some clean water. And we're going to do about a 3-to-1, I think. So 9 drops. There we go. And give this a good mix. We want a very, very thin wash here. Alright, that's looking good. Set that to the side. Get our Titania model. Catch that Freudian slip there. Get our Dragon Summoner model. And pick up some of this here color. And just start painting it on. Start painting it on. Put it on there. And then we'll pick up, we'll use the capillary action of our brush and move it around. A little bit more, a little bit less, here and there. It's very light. It looks darker than it actually is at this moment. Just kind of put it where we want it. And I believe it's thin enough that if we do put it everywhere we want it, or if we put it everywhere, it'll concentrate to the lower areas, which is largely where we want it. Most importantly, it's gonna help to kind of smooth out our choppy layers and unify everything with a little bit of this brown, a little bit of brown filter to everything. And if it don't do enough, we can always go in way later and do an oil-based wash on it. Though I don't think this model needs an oil wash. I think it's a little too try-hard for it. We ain't trying to try hard here. We're trying to do it simply and effectively. Let's get that face. Do a little initial shading on her hair too. Get a little depth to that Wild Rider red. All over that staff. Just really deepen the recesses. Down the back of it. Kind of getting it everywhere. Alright. And once we have it everywhere, we're going to take and kind of dry off our brush a bit. Okay, let me get this here in the shot so you can see. Dry off our brush some. And we're going to find the spots where it's really, really pooled up. Just get rid of some of it. Kind of make sure that our wash isn't too intense. Move it around. Anywhere it's really, really pooling, pick it up. Actually, I need a little bit more right there. This is, insanely thin. So even if the pooling is a little too heavy in spots, it'll be fine. Not much pigment going on, really. We're just looking for spots where it's really, really bubbled up with surface tension. So like here in between your legs, that's a lot. Remove about half of that. And about half of that right there. But really, it's looking decent. And because it's so thin, the effect it's going to have is really subtle. I don't know if y'all can even really see what's going on there. Let me stop this camera. I keep whapping this light too. Let's bring you back around. Can y'all see that? Can y'all even see that? I bet you can't. So we got a little pooling right here, but I think that's fine because we want that to be really dark in that crevice. We got a little pooling here, but that's fine because we want to develop the shadow under that dragon's arm. If anything, I want a little more pooling here under the dragon's butt. But I think just this little bit of very, very thin Agrex Earthshade goes a long way in unifying the colors and deepening the recesses. It's kind of wild. Very subtle. But it's starting to come together. I think just that one layer made it look a little better. And we've avoided getting it on the jewelry and on the clothes. And actually, I want to put a little bit on those belts now that I think about it. Grab the pooling. Looking pretty good, I think. Where are we at? Where are we sitting at now? What's the next thing we could do? A little bit on this dragon, maybe? A little bit on the dragon? Yeah, I think so. I think what is screaming priority on the dragon here? We need to do the claws and the horns. I think that's a good step. I should probably film that, so let's do it. And if I recall, it's just more of the same with the flat earth. But I kind of want it to be slightly distinct in color. Do I have a good... I may have a good, like, bone color up here. Let's do... Ushabti bone? Just some Ushabti bone. That's probably the way. The fine detail work tends to be my favorite part of paint job. Yeah, isn't it remarkable how, like... every model goes through this ugly phase. Right? Like it's looking bad. You're going past the base coats. You're putting the first few layers on it. You ain't necessarily satisfied with it, and then you start putting them little details on. Doing the highlights on the hair. Painting the fingernails and the light bouncing off the knuckles. Maybe you picked a good color for that jewel on their belt, something like that. All of a sudden, it's a project. It's looking good. Oh, shit. I just realized I've been wiping my brush on this, the wrong towel. Wait. No, I'm not. Where'd I put it? I'm insane, y'all. I am actually insane. I have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to painting. How we sitting on time? How much time I got? We're sitting at 2 hours, 22 minutes. I think we can definitely get the claws done on the dragon. Yeah, at least on the one dragon. So we're gonna hit record on the camera. I think we're actually gonna take out... You know what? Let's put this aside for a second. Because I think I'm going to use this flat earth that I was struggling with before. That had like different properties. So let's give it a good shake and get back out the wobbly Onilab MX Mini Mixer. None of my models have had an ugly phase. You know, I've never actually painted one. That's fair. Okay. Oh. It's that track we all know and love. Is it the Never-Ending Story one? Alright, so I'm going to use this flat earth thing here that had the weird properties and see if we can't save it and use it for a little bit of variation on these horns. Thin lines on plate armor are way more fun than they should be. Oh, yeah, especially if you got some oil wash and it's just sucking down in them crevices, making them look good. You know, if you put that paint in a bag, it'd be easier to mix. Yes. Yes, paint in a bag. The stream brought to you by Paint in a Bag, all you need for your paint storage needs. I can't imagine a better place to keep your bags than your paints than in bags. I guess the other thing too, I can't imagine a better place to keep your bags than in your paint. Let's give this a real good wobbly go. I don't know if y'all can see, but I mucked with this lid. The pink part, and it's like spinning around in a circle now, and I find that really funny for some reason. Alright. Oh, one more time. Let's get that sound in there too. Oh yeah. Alright. Dumb thing. This dumb thing. Yeah, it's worth it. Bagging of paint, new product, yeah. Just, I'm imagining getting, like, you know, most households have that like bag full of bags for your waste bins or whatever. Imagine you go get your new bag for your like your hobby corner waste bucket or whatever, and you get your bag out and you just pull it out of the bucket of paint and you stick it in there. Did I just smell the mixer? No, I was putting my microphone right up next to it so y'all could get that sweet sound it's making. I did not smell the mixer. I can smell the mixer. It has a distinct, like, plasticky, motory smell to it. It does have a smell. Okay, so where am I? I am having a moment of confusion there. Okay. Where are we sitting? 2 hours, 26 minutes. I think we can do this. We can get this shit painted right here. And in fact, I think I'm about to do... I don't think our wash is quite dry enough on this model to paint the claws on the little dragon. And because I made that so thin, I think we may be stuck in the progress we can actually do on this lady. I don't think 20 minutes is going to be enough time to have this dry out and put another layer on. So I think what we're going to do is this dragon. And first things first, I see that there's some white, just like pure white, up underneath the horns of the dragon. So we're going to start with, what color did I use? It was, I think it was a speed paint. No. It was Blood Angel's Red. Trying to catch some good vibrations. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you can't keep giving that sort of content up for free. You're right. You're right. Got to put some of that sexy stuff behind the paywall. Yeah. Nightbot has also given us another factoid for the evening, saying the first service animals were established in Germany during World War I. References to service animals date as far back as the mid 16th century. Do I trust you, Nightbot? Yeah, maybe. We get a little bit of this here. All right. I will give GW paint pots 1 point in their favor, because else they suck in every single way. But they do have this little lip. This little lip on the inside of the lid. And that is good for your contrast paints, because I can just dip it. Come on, focus, dog. You can just dip it in that full strength, and then stick it where you need it to go. And I gotta correct this white. I have pure primer showing somehow up under the back of the neck here. And that needs to be fixed before we go any further. Ooh, I like this track. It's a good one. Vibing. Yes. Enjoying this immensely. Okay. Let's look for more mistakes while we're at it. I missed a little orange right there, so I think I'm about to fix that too. Yep, use them on every pot I had. Yeah, exactly. It's the only positive point I can give them, because else you got to upgrade from these shitty pots by putting your paint in a bag. What color did I use for the orange? Did I use something over here for it? There's Agrex Earthshade. There is... I thought I used a contrast color. Did I put it back? I don't know. I think this has got to be it. The Gryph-hound Orange. Camera just really don't want to focus anymore. Okay. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of the Gryph-hound Orange. There's a spot on the underside of the wing that needs a little love. Right here is kind of pink instead of orange, which means I missed the orange. Yeah, okay. It is Gryph-hound Orange. All right. That's good. Now we can get to what we're actually doing. Helps when painting in a limited space. I mean, there's some... Look, I think if you're the type of painter who works right out of the pot, and you're not worried about thinning and not worried about a ton of mixing, then paint pots probably are the product for you. I've got a buddy who does the GW method. He'll prime his models and then hits them with the base, the base type paints. So just opens the pot, pulls from the lip, applies the base color, and then goes in with the layer and opens them up and pulls right from there and puts the layer on, and then hits it with an ink wash. And that's fine. Don't get me wrong. That'll get your models done. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm saying that works absolutely fine. I think if you're painting in that method, you could very easily end up with too chunky of layers. And it sure beats having to bust this thing out and mix everything out and have your water and all that. So I get that. I absolutely get that. Paint in a limited space, the pots work. But if you're doing this crap at all, it's such a nightmare working from paint pots. Anyhow, that said, Your method of painting is your method of painting. And I ain't here to shame nobody's method of painting. What works, works. I think about the way I apply Nuln Oil to my Infinity models. I see all these painting guides and videos on the internet where people are like, don't let your paint pool. Clean up the extra stuff. Don't overdo it. No, I intentionally overdo it on my Infinity models. It is part of the art. Okay, anyhow, we're back to... We got this here flat earth mixed up. We want just a littlest bit of it. Can thin with water as you go. I have a bit of cardboard. I use a palette for mixing. Ooh, I've never tried mixing on cardboard. That's an interesting choice because the cardboard kind of dries out what you're working with. But I could see where like you could have a saturated spot on the cardboard. Interesting. And of course, let's see them arm tattoos. No, they're awful. Yeah, they're awful, dog. You mean that trash that covers my arm? They're really bad. This one's all right. That one's okay. This one was okay. We got a bad scar on it. But this shit's garbage. I gotta get it all fixed up. I know about having trailer park tattoos. Know all about it. I actually have pretty grand plans for fixing up and redoing my arms. But there's a combination here of, for one, money, or two, the right artist to get them looking right. Decisions were made. And now I have very permanent markings. But you know what? It's just skin. Let me just go on record and say two things about shitty tattoos. Number one, own your shitty tattoos. Enjoy them. They speak to the fun in your heart. Two, I don't necessarily trust a tattooed person unless they have at least one shitty tattoo. I think most of my good art is actually on my legs, which is funny. My belly. Yeah, I have a mixture of really shitty tattoos and really good ones. My art kind of runs the full gamut. more almost. Oh my god. Here, I got one to show y'all. I'll show you a tattoo. I'll show y'all a tattoo. See if I can. It's this one, yeah. You have to get it on the little camera though. It ain't on this one. One of my favorites. I got. Can you even see that? You can't see it. You can't see it at all. I got wheezing in my fucking armpit. One of my favorites. That one was fun. Real fun tattoo. I asked one of the guys who frequented the shop at the time what that spot felt like. And he described it as not as bad as you'd think. And I think I'd have to describe an armpit tattoo as not as bad as you'd think. I mean, it hurt like the dickens, don't get me wrong, But it wasn't like soul-crushingly bad, which is what I thought it would be like. Yes, yes, yes. That's the good stuff. I have another one in a really painful spot in my knee ditch. That one was really fun. I can't show that to y'all. There's no way. But if any out there are in the market for a tattoo, for a good piece of art, and you're not sure where to get it done, let me recommend getting you one in the ditch of your knee. That is the inside, the underside of your knee, and that nice, tender, soft area. If you want to talk like transcendent pain, that's the one. That is the spot. Good stuff. Want to make you crawl out of your skin and watch from the other side of the room. It's awesome. Real good experience. I mean, it sucked. It hurt a whole fucking a lot. I was pushing my fingers into my eyes to get through it. Whoa, you're right. You're right. Young American Township. Yeah. Nightbot repeating facts. You know what? I have a buddy who does code. I might ought to talk to him and see if he'd help out in rewriting the factoids. So basically, the Nightbot facts, there's a repository of lines of these facts that Nightbot will spit into chat, and it's set to a timer that just runs some code that calls a random line. It searches for a random, it generates a random number and pulls that line from the fact data pool, the fact database, I guess data pool works, and then spits it out. I think I could clean it up a bit and have it run a database, like a number where it has, it'll like re-roll the number if it's pulled one it's already pulled in the last however many times or something. But honestly, that sounds pretty simple. I'm just not super versed in code. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna get that Nightbot working a little better. No more repetitions, new facts until it ain't got nothing new. Maybe even expand the fact pool by 100 or 2. This dragon's got silver showing on the tip of its tail. I don't like that. The music changed when he started playing in Nightbot's re-education was so perfect. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that kind of mood there. Yes. I'm going to send Nightbot to the re-education camps. Alright. This tail has a little bit of metal showing. We're going to try and just put a little bit of... I think this works. This is fine. Just going to put a little bit of this Blood Angels red over top of the spots that need it. This is definitely one of the downsides of working with a metal model. They even with a primer on top, they tend to get metal bits exposed from rubbing and handling. All right, what's next? Oh, I know what's next. I failed to paint the teeth. Let's do that real quick. While I still have this brown out. Let's get these teeth done in brown. Because we're about to whiten them up. I kind of like this track too. I think this is another Lupus Nocti track, actually. Now that I think about it. Let's see. The pattern of teeth is down, down, up, and down. There we go. All right. And now I need to put away this towel again because we need to show to the camera that we're starting to mix in the Ushabti bone, excuse me. For the first year of this channel, I think I mentioned it before, for the first year of this channel, I mispronounced Ushabti bone. And y'all see that, right? It says Ushabti bone. Ushabti. Yes? Ushabti. Ushabti. Come on, focus. Focus, my lad. My camera. Focus. Why, focus. It does not detect the contrast. Damn it now. Come on now. Yes, you can see it. Ushtabi. Ushabti bone. Ushabti. Talk about Gaslight Minis. Ushabti. Ushabti. Right? I'm not wrong here. Ushabti. Okay. All right. We'll get a little bit of our Ushabti bone. We're going to dip it down and turn this into about a 50-50 mixture. All right, give this a good mix. Get a 50-50 going. 50-50, 50-50. No, Law. Still need to pronounce exabungle for you, Law. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm assuming it's with a Z. That's what I'm actually guessing. But yeah, exabungle. Like it was hyphenated. Okay. We're just going to take our 50-50 mix and go about all these little bits of I do find it pretty incredible that there are those of y'all in the community that know about this combat mecha thing that was shared with me during a live stream many moons ago. I want to say it was Emery who ended up mentioning it in stream, and I immediately opened up a tab and immediately bought that Caprico type kit, which is another one of the, it'll eventually get done projects. There's too many projects. Not enough time. It'd be different if I was just painting stuff, like as a hobby. But now I'm painting stuff for a channel, and any project that's painting requires 50 hours of work, editing and all that jazz. Plus, you get going on a project and then like something comes along and you do that instead. Japanese mecha are an obsession of mine. There's so many good ones. Very nice. A mild love for mecha is why I actually started my first army for Warhammer 40k was the Tau. And I've got a Tau army now that is like mostly in box. I'm thinking of putting it together and painting it up for a 3rd edition army. Got the 3rd edition rulebook, and I've been wanting to play some Retro Hammer. Of course, to me, Retro Hammer is 3rd edition. That's when I started. Alright. Just getting a little bit of this color on them claws, on them toesies. Another layer. A little bit here, a little bit there. Bringing the color to the tips. Making sure we get the dew claws. Is it dew claws if they're on the front? Or are all dew claws on the front? Is that what a dew claw is? Oh, I see another spot of red I missed. It's gonna drive me bonkers. Alright. Okay. Let's fix that spot I just synced. Where is that red? That red's right here. Stabby little beans. Yes, they are stabby beans. Mountain Dew claws. Oh, speak of the devil. Howdy, Emery. I was just saying and crediting you for turning me on to that Exabungle mech, the Caprico type that I picked up. Talking about mecha in a stream a million years ago now. I think it was you that turned me on to it. Pretty sure it was. That's Xabungle. Exabungle, right? That's how you say it. Alright, we're going to get a little more of this Ushtabi bone. Ushtabi, right? Ushtabi bone. Oh my god. I guess Gaslight Minis is more of a thing than I realized. Well, who made it? Well, howdy, Comstar Knight. Welcome to the stream. We're getting a little more work done on this here dragon lady. Kind of turned into an impromptu stream this evening. I was actually planning on doing some editing and hanging out in the Discord instead, but tonight has been a better night to kind of make an announcement that Titania will be delayed once more, as she has been for months and months and months and months and months. I was there, but I thought it was another guy, Gris something. Oh, yes. That sounds plausible. Yes. So yeah, thank you for correcting me. Sabungle rocks though. Yeah. I've been meaning to check it out. I have that kit. But that's it. That's all I know about it is the one little kit I have. I think it'll make for a fun paint up whenever we do some kind of crossover into mecha stuff. But anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah. So this here Dragon Summoner lady is for a collaborative video. And I've already kicked this collaboration back a week in favor of getting Titania done, and then Titania's still not done. So I think the proper choice here is to kick Titania down the road and paint this model up. But in addition, thanks to the efforts of you fine biscuits out there, we've hit 1,000 subs. Channel is actualized and real and eligible for ad revenue, though I don't intend on putting ads. I'd rather get organic support from the community than force you to sit through bullshit. So I think I want to do 1,000 subs special. Kind of a fun video as discussed in the Discord, and a thanks to the community. That's going to take priority. And once again, as I've said a million times, if you're catching this here, stream via the algorithm after the fact and don't know about the Country Fried Minis Discord, even though I've mentioned it a million times, make sure to check it out. Check out the link in the description down below. Come on over, show us what you got. We'd love to have you as part of the community. It is a very happening place. Truck driver mix. It does kind of strike me as truck driver stuff, which without knowing anything about the anime, that aesthetic really comes through. I'll have to check it out. It is definitely on my list of stuff to do, and now a kit on my list of stuff to paint, or at least put together. Quality over quantity, yeah, hell yeah. Although I do kind of feel like I owe it to the generous supporters to really step up the quantity as well, as best I can. And I do think that these streams kind of touch on that. They're really a space to get more work done. Excuse me, and to turn that into more content. Plus, I don't know, something great about interacting with y'all here in chat. Makes me very happy while I'm painting, and can stay much more focused on the task at hand. Always a blast. So yeah, thanks to y'all biscuits for stopping by and checking out what's going on here in the bullshit corner once more. We're painting some dragon beans. Stabby beans, is that what it was? Hold on. Let me take in this card. Maybe when Titania is done, you can seal her in a ball of lucite and shoot her out of a potato gun into a stock tank or ravine or something mostly uninhabited. Good Lord. Imagine you're walking out in the wilderness and you crack open a little package and this thing's in it. And you realize that some nerd out there not only took a whole bunch of time to paint up in detail some miniature titties, but then basically threw it in the trash afterwards. 8 people watching, 3 likes. All right, time for that back knee. No, I literally can't, like, there's no way to actually get up there and show y'all that tattoo that's on the inside of my knee. It's not possible. I guess it is possible, but it ain't happening. You'll have to join the Country Fried OnlyFans for that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so once again, those of y'all out there who ain't in the Discord, if you want to kind of get some insight into the inside jokes that keep happening here on the channel, these recurring themes and nonsense like Gaslight Minis and Country Fried OnlyFans, just check out the Discord. That will clarify everything for you, or maybe nothing. Heard you got a batch all. Yes. I've been talking so much shit on clans. it's time for me to do the thing I set out to do with my Clan Wolverine mechs and do a proper clan on clan special. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I've been thinking, now that I did that test game with my homie here in my apartment, I think I could maybe potentially get a good setup. I have a couple extension cables for USB, and I believe I could set up a couple webcams and do a live streamed game of BattleTech. And hook us both up to lav mics and try that out. I just realized too, I ain't been painting the teeth here. Shit. I did one layer on those teeth and didn't touch them again. I am dumb, y'all. Big dumb. That's fine though. They're so small that I don't think this layer is gonna matter. And I hope y'all can see that decently. I know I've been doing the whole like throwing the towel down so you get a little more contrast, but I think these details are small enough and quick enough that it doesn't really warrant doing that. Okay, there we go. Now where was I? I don't know what all's been touched so far. Those look like they've been touched. There we go. Get these toesies done. Very brown claws. But that's because he's a dragon. He's got brown claws. You know, because reasons. Alright. Okay. I got 10 minutes of footage of painting claws. I think I will actually put out that towel so y'all get a little more contrast and can see this focus up. We can watch you guys roll 5 or lower for 7 hours till one of you flips the table and smashes the webcam. That actually would be a really fun skit. Might have to film that scene. I have a scar from a deep stab knife wound on the back of my right knee from a fishing accident involving cutting up perch for bait on a pier, and that pier getting tapped by a holy moly. And my pal falling forward with a little tiny paring knife. Jeez, went right back in my knee bow. That is a hell of a spot. Yeah, I was just describing earlier, that's one of my favorite tattoos is there, and the pain of hitting that spot is kind of exquisite as far as like tattoos. Like, all tattoos hurt, don't get me wrong, but good lord, that spot was definitely like wanting to leave your body painful. Big recommend. Good spot for a tattoo. When my artist ran over the tendon on the side of the, oh, woof, sublime. It was awful. Bad time. Got driven to a trauma clinic who yanked it out, stopped the bleeding, and gave me a tetanus shot. That sounds like a really shitty day, Emery. I'm not gonna lie. Nightbot's giving us another factoid tonight. It says, Johnny Cash took only 3 voice lessons before his teacher advised him to stop taking lessons and never deviate from his natural voice. I believe that. I don't know why I trust that, but I do. Alright, let's see if I can't, like, get a little bit of work done for y'all with some measure of clarity. The autofocus has really been struggling on this camera. I am actively working on troubleshooting it. I think the next step, of course, is definitely to just boost the resolution with the USB 3.0 slots, which let me film in 4K. I'm not going to stream in 4K because I don't think my Wi-Fi connection on this machine would do it, but it would definitely give me a little more clarity on these shots, I think. I mean, it's an improvement over what it was before. but gotta say I'm a little let down, just a little bit. I did buy it used though. I didn't pay full price for this thing. I actually got it for about half off, which is great. I think this camera would normally be $199. I paid $99 for it, so it was really good. Don't know if you care or not, but you hit the 3-hour mark. Yeah, I think we're right there at the end. We're going to do one more layer on this dragon and call it for the evening, and that means we've managed to get... We got her bikini done. We got the staff done. We hit her with a wash, and it looks like it's just about clean, dried up. Although this is still really needs a little bit of contrast in there. I know the sharpness is kind of frying this model a little bit over what it actually looks like. But hey, you know, it's as close as I can get so far. Johnny Cash was driving and his truck overheated, so he left it and caught fire and burned up a chunk of wildlife preserve set aside to protect the California condor. Nightbot facts from the community. All right. So we're going to put out one final coat right here. We're going to take our Ushtabi bone. Ushtabi. And a little bit of our ivory from earlier, which that one won't focus. Just a little tappy do of that right here. In fact, let me pull this out so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna mix right here and make this a little bit brighter, just a tiny bit brighter than the Ushtabi. And in fact, it's not quite bright enough, so we'll put out a little more ivory, scoop it up and slap it down. And again, we're using a 6 brush to do all our mixing tonight. There we go. That's nice and bright. We're going to take our 20 liner from Princeton Art and Brush Co. And we're just gonna... This track reminds me of the background music from a fantastic puzzle game that was on the Wii shop called World of Goo. It's really good. I don't know if it's for other platforms or if any of y'all remember it. It was really, really fun. Had a very distinct look to it. And the track was kind of dark like this. Okay, so we're going to hit that. We're going to go around the claws in a calculated fashion so that we can not lose our place. Start with the back ones. We'll hit the front ones. And we're just hitting the little tippy-doos. Little tippy-doo here and there. Our happy little dragon. Hit the front claws, and then we'll hit the dew claw. And this don't have to be super clean. Again, this model is not, we're not going to a display quality. We're going for like an above tabletop quality. Story about Cash's crazy state of California, I believe, went right after him about the fire. It was big. Oh, yeah. Los Padres National Forest. He got ordered to pay $82,000 and 500 acres were ruined. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the genuine factoid as opposed to the lies from Nightbot. I guess lies isn't a fair characterization of what Nightbot does. Nightbot gives us half-truths. Or technically truths. Another Nate says it's all on all platforms. Got it on my phone right now. Ah, hell yeah, on PC as well. Yeah, World of Goo. That last track we were listening to reminds me a lot of the kind of dark soundtrack to it. It was really good puzzle game. Recommend if you ain't played it or experienced it. Cool to know it's on all platforms. I played it on the Wii, and it was great with the Wii motion control, or the pointing at the TV wand thing it had going on. I liked the Wii. I was a fan. It had some really fun stuff. Red Steel was really fun. There was a Metroid game for it. It was really good. They re-released the original Tomb Raider for the Wii and like shoehorned in some Wii motion controls that I think actually added to the experience. It's a lot of fun. Gimmicky, yeah. It was good. It was a good time. Really good system. I remember not having a computer at the time and actually using the Wii browser to do a lot of internet stuff. Well, there we go. We got our orange dragon just about in a state of completion. We still need to do the eyes. He's got some highlights. He's got some orangey, reddy tones. He's got all his claws done. We got our lady. You know, it's not the color. It's not coming out perfect. I had to overcompensate with the sharpness to get it to kind of read. It's not perfect, but you know, the color fidelity is better on this camera than it was before. Let's pop it back out to a 90-degree view. Bejeweled 2 had music like that too, just synthy sci-fi brain pushing music. Yeah, music to feed to your weird wolf. Oh, they say there's 2 wolves, but there's really a third. And that third one is weird. Let the normal wolf eat Reader's Digest quizzes. Amazing. Well, yeah, I am looking at the clock, and we are sitting at 3 hours and 10 minutes. And like I've said before, I don't really want to go too far into pushing these streams over 3 hours. I think it's good to establish a set time and a set hours here. You know, have a little bit of reliability for the viewers. I want to take a moment to thank y'all for showing up tonight. This is absolutely mind-blowing that y'all find this fun and entertaining and sit through and keep me entertained while I'm doing my best to get work done and provide y'all entertainment. It's really beyond humbling. Such a good time. We're gonna get this model done up real soon and get this video out and then another video out to say thanks for the 1,000 subs, and then we'll get Titania out after that. And on top of that, beyond that, I'm ahead on some footage, so we got some fun stuff in the works. It just takes time, you know, but I think this semester is pretty cleared out for getting work done in the future. He looks monster manually. Yes, fuck yes. Fuck yes. That's what I'm going for. The yellow dragon's a bit of a stretch, but we're going to try to give it a bit of the same treatment. No wolves in mine. It's all cats and weasels. Amazing. AD&D Monster Manual. That's exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, so as always, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis, presenting to y'all once more from the Bullshit Corner 2.0. I definitely want to thank y'all for stopping by tonight and checking out what's going on and keeping me company while I'm painting. I want y'all to remember to be happy while you're painting, and to know from the bottom of my heart that your participation in these events definitely keeps me happy while I'm painting. So a million thanks to y'all for stopping on by and seeing what's going down. And there'll be some more crap like this coming sometime soon. I'll post some updates to the schedule on countryfriedminis.com over on the schedule section. And you know, if there's an impromptu thing going on, it'll be that same time, same place, 6 p.m. PST, and I'll catch y'all for the next one. Anyhow, take it easy. See you later, folks.